There you go.
Ready to go.
You just shot to the left.
Oh, Hunger Games, here I come, gonna take you to the mountain. I'm Erick Baker, and I've lived in Tennessee my entire life. However, for the last decade, touring the world, I've only seen it passing by from a windshield. But finally, Tennessee is calling me back where I belong. There's a place you've never been. It's right where you want to be. I want to rediscover how great my home state is, and I want you to come with me. Uncharted. So many roads to travel, around 16,000 miles actually, bringing us to the final episode of Season 1. To me, that alone is something to celebrate. But at the same time, this past year marked a triumph of another sort. In 2014, TWRA celebrated their 65th anniversary. For over half a century, these folks have preserved, conserved, managed, protected, and enhanced many of the resources that make Tennessee so special. So in planning our finale, it seemed only fitting to make a trip to the capital of our great state and join the celebration. 65 years the TWRA is celebrating. What all do you guys do? And I know that's a big question, I know for sure.
It is wide. We're really kind of specific in terms of what our mission is, in terms of the code, the Tennessee code that tells us what we're supposed to do. Primarily, it's for the propagation, restoration of wildlife species throughout the state. And it ranges from crayfish and salamanders to deer and eagle and elk and the bigger species. So we have that responsibility, and in everything we do, that has to be placed foremost in front of all the decisions that are made. Is it the best thing for the resource itself? We even have duties that a lot of people probably don't think about. We have the response side of the emergency management side of the state. So when there are floods and tornadoes, our people are dispatched because we're generally the people that are equipped to work in those kind of adverse conditions, and especially in rural areas. So it's pretty wide-ranging. We send people to other states. We had quite a role in Katrina when that was going on, and going down to rescue efforts there.
So obviously you are an outdoorsman, and I mean, you've worked for the agency for so long. As you've been working for the agency, some of your personal highlights.
I think a lot of people that work for the agency probably migrate that way because of interests that they have when they're growing up, and that was pretty much the same for me. I grew up in a rural area, so everybody around me did that for their recreation. They hunted, they fished. In my high school yearbook, they would give predictions on everybody. Somebody would be the most successful, somebody would be, would make the most money or whatever. Mine was that I would be the best forest ranger since Smokey the Bear.
Wow.
And I don't think I quite accomplished that, but it gave you an idea that I knew then what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I've been really very blessed to be able to be in this work almost since the time I got out of school. So.
Well, when you look back on your career, what is your greatest victory?
I have to look from the agency at the restoration success. As I said, I grew up in East Tennessee, and I can remember never seeing a deer in my entire life until I moved to Middle Tennessee and I was working for the agency. So it took that long for me to ever even see one. So I feel like now when we look where we are from where we were, and the same thing with wild turkeys, I never thought we would, when we were trapping turkeys all those times and trying to move them all over the place, I never thought we'd get to the point where we'd get complaints about wild turkeys. But even my dad called me one day and told me that he wished I'd do something about those turkeys that were roosting on the deck, that he was tired of cleaning it.
Yeah. I mean, amazing success stories over the last 65 years of where you have come from and what's brought you here today. Where is the agency going in the future?
We're really having to transition with the changes that are going on throughout the country. That is, less open space, more urbanization, a changing resources, a changing in the dynamics of the people that are here in Tennessee and the nation as a whole. That's one of the reasons our land acquisition programs are as aggressive as they are, because I think 50 years from now, folks are going to be really glad that there are some open spaces that are in one big block.
Absolutely.
We have people who are specialized in urban wildlife, something we never thought about 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Thank you for all the work that you've done over the years. Thank you for the work that you're doing today. Thanks for coming out here today, and we just appreciate it very much.
Hey, Eric, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate being here. It's a labor of love, to say the least.
I hear you. I hear you. It's humbling to hear how hard TWRA toils to protect the changing needs of Tennessee. But before I can enjoy yet another one of the fruits of their labor, I've got to drop into the Archery Den to tune up an old friend. How's it going, man?
Doing good,
I'm
buddy.
Erick.
How are you? I'm Ray.
Ray, nice to meet you, man. I was hoping you might be able to help me with this old thing.
Absolutely.
All right. That was literally under my mom and dad's bed. Or under my bed at my mom and dad's is where it was. So it has collected a little bit of dust over the years for sure. How should people?
You done exactly what you should do as far as changing the strings on it. This bow here, still being an older bow, still got steel cables on it, so you can't change them.
Okay.
But doing what you did, actually bringing it in to get the string changed on, best thing possible.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this bow is a perfect symbol of kind of what this show is meant to me, because it has literally been at my mom and dad's house under my bed. And so to be able to dust this off and use something that I haven't used in years is really what this show's done for me, just to get me back outside and back hunting and back doing things that I haven't done in a long time. So yeah, I really am excited. Yeah.
I love archery, and I've always loved archery. But I love getting outside and actually just shooting my bow now more than I do hunting.
Really?
I do.
So when you get outside and shoot your bow, I mean, you're just target shooting, or
Yep,
what?
for the most part. My wife shoots. Now my daughter's going to shoot. So
it's a great family activity for you.
Absolutely.
And it gets you out in some fresh air and some sunshine.
That's right. Turn the telephones off and have fun.
Totally.
When you draw back, I want you to put that knuckle right there, almost like you're forcing up on the backside.
Okay.
Perfect. What that's going to do is when you get there, you want to pull that bow straight across to where it's touching the tip of your nose and the corner of your mouth. That's your anchor points. So what you're going to do from there, when it's there, I want that peep sight to be perfect.
Ray's got my bow all tuned up here, and now the rest, I guess, kind of lays in your hands.
Yes, getting in your proper form, just doing everything we were doing down at the shop inside a controlled environment. Now bringing it outside so we can get your 20 and 30 yard pin set so you can start hunting tomorrow.
Okay, all right. So where do we start?
Our goal is getting our 20 yard pin set, so that top pin is going to be your 20 yard pin.
Okay.
So we want to take a few shots, just see where you're impacting, and then we make adjustments and just continue that process.
In terms of aiming it, am I gonna just aim at the same?
Yep, try to get that same bone-to-bone contact.
Bone-to-bone contact.
String right against your nose, looking right through that peep. Just be nice, consistent. There we go, good hand. That's dead deer. Let's do that again.
Hey, do you hear that? Can we make sure you got that?
Let's do that again. This is the hard part, doing it again. Both arrows are right there next to each other. So you're grouping a little bit low and to the left just a little bit.
Okay.
So let's take one more shot, see if we have a consistent group of 3 arrows.
All right.
And then it tells me how much I have to move the sights.
Okay.
Okay?
Where did that one go?
Right next to the other one.
Did it really?
Yeah, you want to go low?
I do, I actually.
All right. I thought you were grouping low right there. So right now, left and right is what the issue is.
Okay.
Your height is really good.
Okay.
So we actually don't need to do anything to the bow. We need to do it to you.
Okay.
Relax more.
Yes.
Don't take as long. As soon as you come to your anchor point, let's get on target and start pulling through and have confidence that you're going to hit the target.
Okay.
It's all up here now.
You've been teaching archery for a long time. What do you feel like people get out of archery?
Well, biggest thing I hear is relaxing.
Okay.
Getting out with the family, having a good time. It's a sport that you don't have to be 6'5" and weigh 250 to do. You know, I mean, yeah. Little chicken wings like me. I mean, you don't have to have this great build, and you can be 8 to 80. Your shoulder starts hurting, take the poundage down. You keep on shooting.
Totally.
Yeah, so you never have to give up the sport.
Let's keep going then.
Yeah. Right now, your effective range at 20 is really good. 30, you're a little bit left.
Okay.
Okay? It's all just form.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're pretty much dialed in though on the top two.
Yeah, on the
and then
top
the green
two,
one I just need to forget
that's
about.
40. Yeah, that's 40.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
I'll
like,
I'll dream about that shot tonight, and then I'll make the,
Yeah.
I'll focus on the real thing.
And in
I
reality,
mean, one thing I don't want to do is just injure a deer,
No.
and so.
That's why I wanted to bring up the effective range, because
Yeah.
keeping that deer, getting it in close. And the thing is,
Okay.
with Tennessee and our terrain, I mean, you can see the trees and everything. I mean, it's going to be close.
Yeah.
I mean, we always get close shots.
Just being out here on this range and doing this has been awesome, and we've been
Yeah.
able to enjoy a great
yeah.
day.
It's just going out and having fun.
I hear you. Well, thank you so
Oh,
much,
no
man.
problem.
I really
I appreciate it. Thank you.
the time and the teaching as well.
Oh.
It's been awesome. Well, after my morning here out on the range, I have to say that I'm more excited about my deer hunt tomorrow than ever. Having sharpened my shooting, it's got me thinking, though, what other things can I do to get prepared? And if you know anything about deer hunting, you know that it goes hand in hand with cold weather, which means that a hot meal in my belly sounds like just the ticket. So I'm heading out to meet up with a Nashville institution that not only promises hot, but hot on a whole new level. Thank you so much for letting me sit down and join you guys. The all-important question, what temperature of chicken have you ordered today?
Well, I've ordered what you should order, what anyone should order. I've ordered hot. Princess Hot Chicken is the first and best hot chicken shack. And when you're at a hot chicken shack, you order hot chicken.
Okay, so you're gonna kick me out if I order mild coming in here?
Well, no, they'll let you buy whatever you want, but
Yeah.
you won't be as happy. You won't be as fulfilled. And your
Okay.
life will not be improved in the way.
All right. Tell me what Princess means to you then.
Well, I've been eating hot chicken a while. To the extent I've lived this long and had any amount of success, I attribute a significant part of that to eating hot chicken as often as I can. As I was going out of office as majority leader, I felt one more important act, and that was to proclaim Princess Hot Chicken the best restaurant in Tennessee. I've never regretted that. This is a very special product. It's a very special food. And the people who have brought it to us generation after generation have understood it and preserved and protected it. And that's what we all need to do. For Princess and for those other things in Tennessee that are special to us, that no one else has and probably never will.
Man, well said, man. Thank you. Tell me just about your journey here. And I know that this has been part of your family for a long, long time.
It has for over 70 years. My great uncle, Thornton Prince, started this. Of course, I give credit to the lady friend that put something in his chicken for breakfast that morning as a way of revenge, but he liked his punishment.
Oh.
So, hey,
That's
it's
how it
still,
was
it's
born
still
then.
paying off.
That was how it was born then.
Going pretty good. What may I get for you today?
I'm here for some hot chicken on a cold day.
Now, is that mild?
And I'm gonna do hot.
Are you gonna do hot?
Oh yeah. I've been told this is gonna change my life.
It
so
is gonna change
I'm here
your
for
life.
salvation.
You're going to be seeking us out.
Yes, indeed. The most delicious ticket in Tennessee, right here, folks. What is hot chicken? Exactly, where does it come from?
If you ever Google or put in where
Yeah.
does hot chicken come from, it came
Right
up right here. And my mom's great uncles that started it back in the 30s. That time African Americans were not allowed in certain places and
Right.
in certain things. And the older white generation that does come in, they're really older, tell me that they had a little back door to go through the kitchen into this little small room. African Americans were sitting out front, so he kind of had that reversal role going.
Huh.
So that was one place you could go. One of the men told me he made a mistake and came through the front door.
Yeah.
And he said for once he got to feel what African Americans felt at that time.
So beyond, I mean, the historical significance of battling segregation, today, the importance of this restaurant to Nashville, and I mean to Tennessee.
Well, you know, from my point of view, it's a melting pot. You will come in here at any point and see any nationality or gender or whatever, and basically we just allow people to be themselves, and you would be amazed how they tend to interact.
We ready here? Wow.
Whoa.
What do you get usually?
Mild.
Mild is what you
Mild.
get?
I stopped eating hot after I had my first child.
I'm gonna start with medium and work my way up to hot. It's got some heat to it. That's delicious, though. All right, that medium's got something. That medium's got some legs. I'm not at Prince's medium chicken. I'm at Prince's hot chicken. I can feel it. It's starting to come alive. I was very nervous digging into that. It's delicious. I'm very happy. I'm extremely happy. I came in looking for some good chicken, but I left with so much more. A renewed pride in what it means to be a Tennessean. So many times the South has taken heat for its inhospitable history, but Prince's is proof that today's South can be all about welcoming arms and warm hearts.
So we're just outside of Nashville. The sun's starting to come up and we're already in the tree stand and the woods are starting to come alive around us. We've already heard a few deer on the ridge back behind us, and it looks like it's going to be a good morning.
something that always surprises me is how big the small things sound in the woods. Today, it was a family of squirrels, but from all the commotion, you would have thought it was a herd of buffalo. I'm not sure if that's what kept the deer away, or if it was Prince's being as memorable on the way out as it was on the way in. But even though I'm a bit disappointed, sitting in the stand today actually gave me some time to appreciate the small things. Like being able to enjoy a quiet sunrise in a small patch of woods just outside of Nashville, all because a group of people cared enough to protect it. On Tennessee Uncharted, right now, we're going to the gas station. We do some crazy stuff on this show.
I'm Erick Baker, and this is Tennessee Uncharted.
And this is Tennessee Uncharted. And this is Tennessee Uncharted. And this is Tennessee Uncharted.
This is Tennessee Uncharted.
And this is Tennessee Uncharted. And this is Tennessee Uncharted. As the crew and I sat and watched the credits roll on this final episode of Season 1, I couldn't help but look around the room and proudly say, we did it. But the we I mean includes you as well, because the truth of the matter is, without your stories, the song of Tennessee is nothing more than a melody. So here at Tennessee Uncharted, we're really working really hard around the clock, and right now, I'm just going to show you some of the hard work that's going on here behind the scenes. So, what are you doing exactly right now?
I'm testing out the temperature of the concrete, and then I report it back to TWRA.
And here we have someone making sure that this tailgate does not go anywhere. You're doing a great job. So one of the things to be most concerned about when you're in nature is when nature calls. So I'm preparing myself for that very call right now.
We're going to look at the teeth and see how old that deer is.
Okay.
Of course, we're going to sex it, male or female. We're going to look. We're going to look.
Sex it. I'm sorry.
We're going to see if it's male or female. We're also going to look and
yeah.
We can look at the hoofs and see if they've sloughed off any.
Sorry.
You gonna be all right?
I'm sorry. I didn't know he was gonna be sexing some deer. All right, let me just start all over again. I'm sorry, I got tickled. When I began this journey, I thought I was just a musician. A musician who suddenly had to learn how to be a host as well. Frankly, I felt lost. But slowly, your stories began to sing to me. And each episode turned into a song. Your song. Our song. Pages filled with the lyrics of our lives. I'm Erick Baker, and this is Tennessee Uncharted. No clay pigeons were harmed during the filming of this episode. See? But as I look back over the stories we've been so honored to tell this first season, I'm reminded of the hundreds of others we've uncovered along the way, just waiting to be told. This is only the first chapter, and there's still so much more to write. This is truly uncharted territory for me, Mike. You look thirsty. Well, here you are.